or any legalistic crew that you know doesn't have joy. And if you don't, you're no better than they are. Because if the joy of the Lord is your strength, and you're not joy-filled and joyful, and rather using your strength, then really you're going forth in weakness. And can I say something to you? I don't know yet too many, except for the newbies that came along, and I've seen some of the newbies that I'm going. They look joyful at times. They look joyful. They're looking a little weary sometimes, but they look joyful. You watch and see. You come and see some of the places that I talk about. One of the churches has a come and see thing, so I use that one. But you watch. My help cometh from the Lord who maketh, my help cometh from the mountains, it's there right next to me, Wasatch. But my help cometh from the Lord who maketh heaven and earth. You watch and see where I come from, and what I do with my trials and tribulations, with my oh no's, and oh my God, and I'm like, oh no, oh my God, Mr. Bill, I'm living in attitude, and you'll see that I'm laughing and dancing and rejoicing. I'm kicking it, man. I don't know where you're going or where you're coming from and what you're learning. But you want to know more. You want to grow more. If you want to be a part of this, kind of, I'm not saying be a coach of happy camper routines, where you say, oh, well, I've always got to be, and put a smiley face on it, and put a little stamp seal of phoniness, on top of what you're really struggling with inside. I'm saying, yeah, of course I go through struggles. Of course it's tough. Of course the reality of this land is dry. And there's good soil and there's bad soil. There's every soil and every type and every analogy that Jesus ever taught. But my God, it's no different than, dare I say, a stiff-necked Jew. Hey, the reality is true. If God in part has blinded the children of Israel and they got saved, many of them, to this day, there's still Jews getting saved. How much more so shall we not enjoy and be a part of this great harvest that's going on, whether you can see it or not, that the fields about, all around you, are bountiful. Even from Woods Cross to Bountiful to Salt Lake to Ogden to St. George to wherever north is and east and west to, I don't know what that city is with the little casinos or whatever, but you know what I'm saying. Everywhere. In this land, I'll admit it's kind of like a land of change. There's always storms and thunder and lightning, and I'm kind of going, well, yeah, there's thunder and lightning, and, I don't hear the Lord in that. And there's, sunshine, and there's rain, I don't hear the Lord in that, but, in a still small voice, I do hear the Lord. And in the morning, oh Lord, in the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee and will look up. Because you see, most of the people I'm talking to aren't telling me to look up. They're telling me to look around. They tell me to look at what I can find on every street corner. They're telling me to look in the Word, look down, into what I'm studying, into scriptures that I'm applying. And those things I do anyways. Oh, I look around, I can see what I see. I look around and I see what I know. I look in the Word and I do know what I'm reading. But you see, I also look up. And oh my God, when I look up and I see a sunrise, what do I got to worry about? When I look up and I see the stars in the sky at night, especially here in Utah when it's all so lit up, whew, wow, what do I got to worry about? When I see the thunder and lightning blasting away and the wind blowing, you think I'm worried? Man, I'm digging it. So maybe you're not living it yet. Maybe you're not loving it. Maybe you're not doing it. Maybe you just aren't grooving in it, But I got news for you. There's more to life than, whining about it, than maybe even not whining, some of you, that maybe you just, a little burned up, beat up, a little bummed out, a little blown out, Maybe you're just kind of like, your little fruit is like really little fruit. You can have more. You can taste and see that the Lord is good. You can be bountiful in this land. You can be bigger than you think you are and more accomplished than you ever dreamed of. As a matter of fact, God has something in store for you because He brought you to this place at this time for a specific reason. And it wasn't to be a vessel of dishonor. It's rather to be blessed in the land that people said was so oppressed. People are going to shout and wonder and go, what is going on in Utah? Have you heard the stories? Have you heard the news? God was in this place. And Jacob said the same thing, and he said, little did I realize it, but God was in this place. I got a prophetic word for you if you like those kind of terminologies. I got a biblical word for you if you like that better. I got a word of prophecy if you like that. I got a word of knowledge. I've got a word of wisdom for you. You know what it is? God is in this place. Yeah. You know why? Because you are, so am I. And if Jesus is in us, God is in this place. Now let's just live like it.